Welcome, gamers, to Songs of Conquest. My name is Daz Tactic. Welcome to this short series. I don't think it'll be all that long. I hope not. I don't want it to go sort of more than about like 5 or 6 episodes. So I'll be sort of trying to sort of get a smallish map for us to play so we can sort of have a look at this pretty awesome little game, actually. This game is like a combination, well, this is not even a combination, it's very much like an adaptation of Heroes of Might and Magic. Yeah, it's really got a nice feel about it. There's certain other games that sort of, when you're looking at different aspects, there's like the combination of forces like Battle of Westnorth. They've got a little bit of that sort of stuff going on, just with the way that the actual units are constructed, which I'll show you as we get into the actual game itself. So I thought we might start off with, I guess the big elephant in the room is there's no random maps. So at this stage, now I think that the developers will be looking at adding them in at some point. I hope that's sooner rather than later, to be honest. This game screams for random maps. It really does. And a lot of people, when I was streaming, were also mentioning that it was something that they would have really liked to have sort of seen with the game. It is in early access at this point in time. You can see early access. This is 0.75. But it's really fun to play already. And there's a lot of community maps. In fact, we could load in one of those and play one of those. I've loaded in one to have a bit of a look at it, which is pretty cool. The map editor is very easy to use. This is why it feels like random maps wouldn't be that difficult to add in, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of balance and things that would need to go into building a random map, sort of playthrough of the actual game itself. The game can be played from single player, as in terms of the actual, when you're playing on an actual map, you can actually just have one player against the environment, up to, I've seen 6 players. I don't know if it goes beyond that, but there's, you've got you can have a fairly big range of actual sort of skirmish maps. The game also does come with a campaign, or a couple of campaigns. So you've got like the Song of Stoutheart. So Cecilia Stoutheart, the young Baroness of the Barony of Stoutheart, must face enemies within and without to hold on to her power and protect her people. This is I guess a good way to just ease into the actual game itself. But to be honest, I spent time playing this campaign, or started playing it. I wish I had just gone straight to the skirmish mode, to be honest, because that's really where my interest lies with the game. I don't like campaigns. I've never liked them in most games, and so. But the dev did sort of say that we'll probably start there if you're wanting to just sort of get a bit of an easing into how to actually play the game itself. But the skirmish maps are exceptionally good. The second song, this is from the Ashes. This is this is Aileron, I think is the actual group that you'd be playing through here, which is like a combination of humans and Fae. And then I think this one here is Freed from the Slave Mines of Baria. These are like a combination of humans and orcs. I think that this particular one would actually sort of then be. So you've got there's 4 different factions, and we'll have a look at those when we get into the game as well. So I won't play those. You can also download custom campaigns. The game is being built with a really, really good map editor, which is what I sort of said there before, where it does allow players or the community to actually sort of start to add in maps, and already there's a hell of a lot of maps that you can actually sort of play in the game itself. And if we have a look at I won't go into the map editor, but if you go to the community maps in through here, for example, even in the time that I was playing in through here, there was I started recording, then I'm just re-recording, but this was loaded in. So that one's just sort of come back in. But people are sort of rating them. It doesn't tell you how many people actually gave them thumbs up. That would have been interesting to have seen the actual the ratios of thumbs up to not thumbs up. You can filter it by number of players. Now, I'll probably just be playing a 2-player game, I think. I did download this one. I was thinking of playing that one. We can play anything, really. We don't have to play that. Devil's Ridge, why not? There's been a lot of downloads with that one. Actually, what's got the most downloads? 201. That's not bad. Maybe we'll play this. So let's just subscribe to it. That way we can sort of just do it this way and click on that one, subscribed, and it's already downloaded. So it's really, really quick and easy. The game is pixel art, so it's sort of like fairly sort of small in terms of its size, of what it does do, which I think also, I don't know if there'll be an ability for the community to also add mods in for different factions. So that would be really cool. It reminded me a lot of Battle of Westnorth, just the way that the factions could have been modded just with looking at the actual pixel art and the combinations that they had. It would be fairly complex, but it would still be fun to sort of see that one. So we've just downloaded Devil's Ridge. Let's just go back out again. And we'll go to single player and we'll go to Skirmish. There is a multiplayer. I don't know if you can play cooperatively. I haven't tried that. I have tried playing cooperatively on a 4-player map to see if I could set one up, but there's no teams. So I'm assuming that you can't play as teams if you're playing multiplayer. If you are looking to play cooperatively, that's probably another thing that would be good if that was added into the game. I think that these games do actually benefit a little bit by cooperative play, particularly if you're trying to learn the game. You can have like a similar faction that you're allied with and have a look and see what the AI does with those. Anyway, let's just go across to Skirmish. Back in through here, and so we're in the lobby, and we've got there's different maps that you can sort of play in through here. So what I'll do is I'll select the maps. Now at the bottom here we've got like Gauntlet and Devil's Ridge, which is the one that we just loaded in. A number of players too, so we'll give this one a bit of a crack. We'll see that there's roads that don't really get all the way through, but there is down through here. So it looks like we have to sort of start. Not sure where we'd start. Maybe we'd start on opposite sides. Maybe there is a road that goes through. Yeah, maybe it is. Can go either way with something in the middle there. All right, that'll do us. So we'll confirm this, and what we then actually have is with the actual map itself. We've got the map settings, so we can actually tweak the number of resources that are on the map, the dwellings that are on the map, the wielder caps, the hostile growth rate. So this does add a little bit more replayability to the actual map itself. There is a lot of replayability, I've got to say. It's not just it's not a puzzle map. Like these are maps that you will be able to play over and over and over again with just different parameters and enjoy it differently each time. So that's good. I just wish it was random. I wish there was like a random component to it. That would be just absolutely awesome. Okay, so we've got ourselves up through here. So we've got our name. Essentially, this is the group that we're playing. So we've got the 4 different factions. So we've got the humans / Fae. We've got the undead back in through here. We've got the these are like greenskins mixed in with humans, and then we've got the Rana, which is sort of like the swamp dwellers, and so these are essentially lizard men with various other sort of swamp creatures. Is the actual actually? So I got that one wrong when I saw Rana there before. That was actually swamp creatures. It wasn't the greenskins. Is what I just gave misinformation about with the other quest. So anyway, I'll play as early on this. I can play as any of them. Some of the maps are actually sort of locked into particular factions, but let's play early on against one of the other factions. So let's go this way, and we'll add an AI, and we'll change this one across to undead. Why not? Let's just go Barony of Loth. So it's going to be the humans versus the undead in essence. And colour wise, I'll make this one orange. I do like orange, and we'll make the undead I'll just keep that purple, I guess. Why not? So we'll just keep that one where that is. By the way, the game is hard, so I'm going to be playing on easy mode. I do find the game difficult even on easy, so that's going to be where we sort of start this particular one. This one in through here is the wielders. Now the wielders are like your heroes, and so if I click on that one, I can choose from different heroes. It then sort of shows me what we actually can get from each one of them with different sorts of skills. And so as we sort of like each of these is a different sort of wielder that has got like skills in like this one here has got skills in chaos. This one here has got skills in melee. This one's got skills in taxes. This is actually not a bad one to get at the start, to be honest, simply because of the taxation that this one can bring to the table. So, but I think we'll just go random. We'll see what we end up with. So we could get either Fae. You saw there there's a couple of Fae, like Fae spirits. What this one's bringing, Fae spirits, horned ones. These are all the Fae. Then we've got like humans, I believe. No, that's another Fae. Then human. There's Cecilia Stoutheart from the campaign. So anyway, that's fine. And we can also, if we wanted to, set up the undead type creatures. We've got Coral Lightbringer with his cultists. There will be some humans in here as well. Anyway, we'll just leave them to sort themselves out, and we will start the game. So the game is, as I said, very, very much like Heroes of Might and Magic. For me, I like it better than what Heroes of Might and Magic was. I got sick of Heroes of Might and Magic. So here we go. Now we do start sort of like in here. This is actually our our city. Now, I might point out a few of the differences between Heroes of Might and Magic in this particular game, is that we have like a central area, the Knight's Gate in through here. Now they will go up different tiers, and this is a 5-tier castle. Some of the games that you play, they'll be limited to might be 1, 2, or 3 tiers or something like this. But this one here, we're going to be able to keep on upgrading. And so to upgrade the fortress in the middle of the actual town, it's going to cost us 2,000 gold and 10 stone. And at the moment we've got 5 stone, so we can't actually upgrade that. And what that will then give us is 2 small building sites, 1 medium building site. At the moment, when we have a look at the actual town itself, we've got these 2 building sites. And so the building is not done through a central area for the actual city itself. It's actually just done by clicking on these small building sites. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go and have a quick look at these. We've got 3 different sized buildings. Now, these are only sort of small areas. So we've got like peasants' huts, which will just give us militia per round. This will then these are very, very poor units, basically, for the actual humans. You can get lots and lots of them very, very cheaply, but they really don't do very well. So they're not great in combat. So, yeah, just use them. Not sparingly. You do need to use them, but I'm not going to get them initially. So anyway, there's those. Most buildings will have 2 tiers that will then sort of cost you a little bit. So tier 2 in through here will give us sappers. So the militia turn into sappers. And so the sappers, but to actually do this one, it's going to cost me 2 woods, 2 ancient amber, and this is the actual resources up to the top here. That's the ancient amber there, and 1 celestial ore back in through these. And these can be quite hard to find on the map, so they may be a bit beyond us. And this one here, we can sort of see, like once again, you can hover over anything to have a bit of a look. So this one can erect stakes in the hex in front of you with hit points equal to the amount of units in the troop. So that's actually not bad. Now these guys here don't get to do that. They reload. Troops can perform 1 ranged attack that needs to reload for a turn. Do these guys have the same thing? Yeah, they do. So they only attack every 2nd turn. But like they're pretty cheap. We can get them sort of fairly cheaply. They do 2 to 3 damage. So we'd be wanting to try to get them upgraded, I think, if we sort of did actually have them in here. These ones do 1 to 3 damage through this particular size. The tavern will then give us minstrels. The minstrels, if we hover over them, will give us +5 defense to friendly units. So they can be useful to actually have them with the troops as a support troop. But you don't, again, more mid-late game more than sort of like the early game. The farm will give us gold per turn, the quarry will give us stone per turn, and if we then upgrade it, we get 2 stone per turn. So we just need to, if we wanted to sort of get more stone, we'd be able to do it that way. Lumber mill, 1 wood per turn. We've got a guard tower as well, which will then just help us to defend the actual castle, and a rally point if we do want that one. Now the medium buildings, we then have things like the barracks, which is what we really do want to get, so we can get footmen and rangers. The Fey Grove will give us fairy spirits or fey spirits back in through here, as well as these incredible horned ones. Now these are glass cannons. They're very, very strong. They do a hell of a lot of damage, but the actual health for both of these aren't super strong. Like you've got to be very careful how you use those. The castle will give us knights, which will again high damage. It does require a peasant's hut before we can build the castle, and then a marketplace where we can sort of do some trading as well. And then finally the large, we've got a Fey court back in through here to pick the Fey noble. This will sort of be like our top of the tree type unit. The grand armory back over this side, and again this one's going to have multiple tiers. This one we've got the Fey queen is the top of the tree there. The Grand Armory, this allows us to do research, and then the Academy allows us to do different sorts of research in through there. Now, the fact that we can have our building go so high, that's going to be quite interesting to sort of see what we end up being able to build in this particular city. I don't know if we'll get to that point. I'm hoping that we'll sort of be able to win the game before we have to sort of build up to level 5 or whatever the actual city could be built up to. Anyway, quarry is probably the one that I want to get. I want to make sure I get stone, so I'll just go and click on the quarry, and we'll start building. And so that will be built next turn, and so we've still now got our actual wielder back in through this side. And we can sort of, if I press the Alt key, I can see what we can see around the place. So we've got like a pile of stone. Actually, that pile of stone would have been useful. Pile of wood. pile of gold. There's ancient amber there, which we sort of saw. There's celestial ore, so we may be able to do an upgrade straight away. Well, soonish anyway. Let's just go across to here, pick these up. So very much like Heroes of Might and Magic. Yeah, we've got the pile of wood up through this side. I'll skim around this area. Maybe we'll just have a bit of a look over this way and just sort of see where the choke points actually are. Okay, there's a choke point there. And so there's a band of aileron troops which are just blocking the road. So this is now sort of like into the next area. There's an orchard. Out of movement, so I couldn't quite do anything else there. I'll just end our turn here. All right. Secluded monastery. So we've got knowledge, so 1000 XP, and tutor 1. Now tutor, so we've got the tutor 1 already. So we're getting plus 25% tutoring. So your wielder can add this much of their own XP to other wielders. So plus 50 tutoring. I won't pursue that. Scouting will give me a bigger radius that I can view, but command is the important one. This allows me to get more and more troops. So ultimately that will be the one that we want. Come back across, grab the wood, grab the gambeson, and so that's now been added to his kit. So he's now wearing that one, and this is the skill set that we've just picked up. So he's got March 1, Tutor 1, and Command 4. Not much else we can sort of look at there. We'll just keep on moving back in around and up this way as well. Oh, the camp. Now we've got the quarry. Now we've got 11 that's actually back in through here anyway. So what I can do is I can, if I wanted to, upgrade the castle. This will allow me to do a few different things. At the moment, I can, like with the wielders, I've got 1 of 1. With each upgrade, I should be able to then get another wielder, and so that would be useful. We've got a fair bit of gold there, so if you have a bit of a look at that one. We also, at the moment, we don't really have any defenders because we don't have the buildings for them, but we will be wanting to sort of go and grab these. So the way it works, you saw there before, militia, and then they've got the sapper if we upgrade the building. So this is sort of the way it does work. And so it's a bit like Heroes of Might and Magic, where you can actually upgrade your troops through upgrading the buildings. Now I can upgrade that one as well if I wanted to. I'll be just sort of seeing how things do go. I might just go back into here and just get the lumber mill, just so we can sort of start to just get our basic, you know, the basics of what we do need. So I'll go and buy that, and I will go back to the castle and I will actually upgrade this. Now what that does is it gives me 2 more small slots and 1 medium. What I will be wanting to do here is to build the barracks as quickly as possible, and I'll need 5 stone for that one. We've got 1 stone left at the moment. So that will be fine. Oops, no, just end the turn there. White eagle. So you get these little events that come up. So a white eagle has been soaring over the armies, widely considered a good omen. So we're getting, the next time they challenge, you get plus 10 defense, plus 5 initiative, plus 1 troop movement, duration for 1 battle. Yeah, so we want to make, it'd be good to be able to make good use of that. Now we can pick up 10 minstrels here. I will confirm that. At the moment I want units. Bubbling bog. There's a source of riches in through there. 6 wood, 2 ancient umber. So we've got 4 and 4 now. Okay. We'll just continue wandering up. There's another aileron troops back at the top there. Another 7 minstrels, we'll confirm that one. So we've got 17 minstrels back in through there. I can't get the water mill, so I'm going to have to take this guy out before we can actually take that other one. Can't do anything else there. That's now producing. We really don't have much we can do there, but what I will do is I'll come across to this side. The peasant's hut is going to cost me 4 wood, and that way I can at least start to get some militia, just basic militia. So I'll build that one next turn and then we'll sort of try to sort of store up the stone so we can then go and build the barracks back in through this side. Now to go to the next level is going to cost me 4,000 gold and 10 stone, 10 wood. Okay. So we'll try to rush to that one fairly early. reached level 3 now. This is reflecting pools. We've got 500 XP. Again, I'm thinking command. Just getting ready for action. Another 1300 gold. Oh, this is a pile of stones. It's got us to 8. So, we come back into here. We can now build the barracks. Okay, we can't do much else there. This will take 2 turns to build. $600 gold, and yeah, we'll wait for. I think we'll build up our forces before we go anywhere. So there's nothing much else. If I just press the Alt key, actually we've got Glimmerweave there. Let's just go and grab that. That's all visited. There is a bit of a bug at this stage where it does say visited on things, even though you haven't visited them. So you can't always trust that. She didn't take notice of how many there was up there, but we don't want to be getting 50 into 50-50 type fights. We want easy fights where we won't be losing too many of our forces. Let's just go back into the castle, and if I just now right click on this one, we can see there that I can actually build another 7 of these. So look, I might just grab those while I'm here. So we're going to be building a lot of these per turn. Now I don't know if I can actually upgrade straight away what we do here. If we just go across, yeah, upgrade. I do actually have the 2 ancient amber and the 1 celestial ore. Let's go and do that so we get the better units. And if I now right click, you can see that I've got these. If I can go to upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade those militia. So so they've now all been upgraded to sappers, which would be useful. And we'll just end our turn. There's nothing much for us to do until we actually do get like a big group of these. There's the barracks. Now the barracks, to upgrade this one, is going to take 5 celestial ore to grab that one there, which we're not going to be able to do for some time. Does require the lumber mill. One thing we can do though is we can spend 10 wood and 1,500 gold so we can start to get more rangers. And they're the best ranged units that we actually have access to. So we'll grab those there, and we'll have a bit of a look and see. So we're now getting 2 rangers and 2 footmen per turn. So call of the rangers has been allocated. Upgrading the barracks, yeah, we do need to get that 5 celestial ore before we can actually do that one. And I would like to do that. So we can still build in here as well. And I can build the same things over and over if I wanted to, like the peasant's hut or whatever else it might actually be. This one here says that I get 2 footmen per round. I might just grab that and just see if that does actually play out that way. And if we just go in and have a bit of a look. We've got 3 footmen at the moment. Let's go and bring them into his army, and we'll start to build the army up. If we now have a look, I'm only getting 2 at this stage, but we're getting 2 of these as well. So we'll start to build this one up and build this one up. I can get more there. I'll build all of these right up. So we're going to sort of start to chomp through the gold. Now, while we build up again for the stone, we do need to have 10 of each of those to be able to then go and get the next level. So we're getting a reasonable army. I want to make sure I can crush these guys. Like they're between 25 and 100 in number. So we want to make absolutely sure, and most of them look like they're predominantly just militia forces. These look like they're footmen, which is about the level that we actually are. So we'll just keep on ending the turn here. And just keep on going back in and keep on drafting troops. So the things that I can do, I can like upgrade troops if there was upgradable troops. We can go into the actual defensive mode and have a look. We can defend with the wielder. We have some troops that just stay here with the garrison anyway. Actually, these just help with the garrisons. That's all that they actually do. So it does give us ballistay if we do get attacked. So maybe the tower wasn't the best move when we actually had that one, but I can switch between defending troops in through here, so I can sort of swap them in and out a little bit. By the way, we should now be able to get another... No, we're still on one wielder. Okay, so we're still on one wielder here. All right, back into this side. Grab you, grab you, grab you. All right, so we're now getting up a little bit. God, do I take them on? I want to sort of don't leave it. I don't want to leave it too long. Let's just have a bit of a look and see what we've got. This is now considered easy. Okay, so let's just finish this off with the battle, so you can sort of see the battles, and then we'll continue on playing in the next rounds. And so I've moved him right up to the edge of here. That way we can see exactly what's inside there. So we'll now attack. And the way it works is we have a it's complex, simple and complex, and it's a lot like Eodor. If you've played Eodor before, just the way things sort of do work. Now, what we want to do is we want to get up onto these higher slopes. When there's like one hill, we can just walk up these hills and we get an advantage. I think it's like 10 different attack or defense or something if we're on a bit of a hill. There's troops coming through here. There's many militia. They've got many wolves as well and many brigands. Now we've got our minstrels. The minstrels I'm going to keep back a little bit, but keep them close to these guys. I will allow that one to stay there, and I will actually bring this one back up onto the top, and I will move this one out onto this level over this side. This one looks to be a tile that we can't actually access. So let's just go to manual battle, and then I'll talk about what actually goes on with the battles. So here we are. So the wolves are coming forward. This is the initiative in the bottom here. So we've got our minstrels, then we have followed by our footmen, followed by our sappers, followed by the brigands back in through this side, which, yeah, so they've got a health. They've got a reasonable health there, actually. They do a fair bit of damage. Our rangers and then the militia at the back there. So those 11 militia won't do too much damage. They only do sort of like damage of 1 to 3 per unit. It's these guys here and these guys here. What do they do? If we hover over the wolves, so this in round 2 they'll go first, then our minstrels, etc., etc. So the wolves have got, they do 3 to 5. It's not too bad. 11 health per unit. So you can see through there, I can actually do a little bit of damage. I can get rid of 3 to 6, but then they'll do a counter attack against my minstrels. I've also then got this fear no foe, so plus 5 defense to friendly units. I think we might do that. Let's just get the defense up. So what this one does is we'll now sort of see when I hover over that one, when I click on it, the defense is 40. And it's shielded essentially. I think that one's always shielded. Yeah, this one here is, I should have looked at the defense before it started. Yeah, we've got +1 range and +1 deadly range is on the high ground. So when that one gets a shot, it's probably going to be able to do a fair bit of damage in through there. Now what I want to do here is move onto this particular location. And so we've now got the high ground. So that one's good for there. We'll just let that one stay where that is. Yeah, I can get between 6 and 10 here with this particular unit. Now if I do move it, it's going to then slow down. I also do have the spikes that I can put in front as well. So I can actually put the stakes, the Rex stakes and the hex in front of you with HP equal to the amount of units in the troop. So, but I will actually just go and hit this one because I'm going to have, this one should then be able to finish off those guys. And I can move, okay, I can move up to the top there. I'll just do that one. It's gotten rid of that one. We didn't lose any of our troops. This one's, you know, it took a little bit of damage. You know, it can only get 1 to 3 there. It's the damage back that's going to hurt. So let's just go back across, and we will sit back. You know, let these guys do the fighting, and then we'll just get the +5 defense for friendlies. So they'll get a bit more defense. Yeah, shielded up. This one here does get a shot, but not going to be able to do much, so I'm just going to leave it on the heights. This one here is reloading, but we can actually go and now use the spikes, the stakes. And it doesn't have, like, this is like a zone of control that we can sort of see through here, but it doesn't extend up the hill. So in this case, I can still keep on firing at this one. And if I hit that one, I'm going to get 1 to 3. Let's just keep that defense up. I'm going to get 1 hit there. I'm probably better off just going after these guys, although, to be honest, this one is the dangerous one. That's going to then draw this one down off the hill. So let's just do this. Now I can get 1 to, yeah. If I'm actually there is a zone of control there. It is within the zone of control. I wish it would show you it's going to get a reaction fire if I do move away. Like it's showing that it highlights when I do that. In fact, it's doing it around there. So I'll just hit it. Melee. Oh, that was a different guy. All right, so we'll sit at this one here. It will then kill it off. Good. Good. Minstrel, I'll start to now move up. That one's done. Just get rid of a few of these. Now that's just on the outside of the limits. So let's move this one down. It's going back up the top again. Just keep that one back. And now it needs to reload. It's down to 2. I don't think I can hit it from down in here. Yeah, I can't actually hit it. So we've killed it there. Victory! And then we get a little summary of what we actually lost. Now the secret to the game is to actually try to get through without losing very many troops. It's a game where attrition matters greatly, so just be aware of that. It's like all of these sorts of games, like Heroes of Might and Magic was the same. As soon as you could get like a stack of Doom or something, I forgot to talk about the essences. I'll have to do that in the next episode. Damn it, I meant to show that. I keep on forgetting that it's actually there. I'll talk about that in the next episode when we do more combat. It's fun combat though, and you can't get through unscathed. It's very hard to get through unscathed unless you really, really are outclassing the other enemy. But what you don't want to be doing is losing a hell of a lot of your troops. So that then opens up this area, and I'll leave it here, guys. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.